What's up, guys? It's Jake Brend with your CFTV daily update on a Thursday. We found out yesterday that German freshman forward Dominykas Pleta made it to Ames after dealing with some visa issues. He practiced for the first time yesterday, and the early reviews are strong. Chris Williams reported to our premium subscribers that the 6'11 forward's physicality blew the staff away on his first day. I'm showing you some highlights from his days in German Pro Ball, and as you're seeing, one of the main reasons he was recruited was because of the skill that he showed in several different pro leagues. Of course, the question would be how much of that can translate to the college game. Of course, it's only one practice, but it sounds like that is off to a very good start. Pleta very well could be the biggest X factor on Iowa State this season. Joshua Jefferson, he's solidified as an all-conference caliber player. Blake Buchanan, I think, is a pretty safe bet at the 5, but Pleta, Eric Mulder, and Xavion Mitchell are all unproven. If Pleta can translate these early great reviews to the Big 12, that could be a bench weapon new to this program that Iowa State, quite frankly, hasn't really had offensively in a big man in the TJ Otzelberger era. Moving to the recruiting front, Iowa State landed their third commit of the class of 2023 with the pickup of Marcus Zelee. Zelee is a defensive-minded guard from Austin, Texas, but moved from Minneapolis just 2 years ago, which is where his connection with assistant coach Kyle Green comes in. The 6'2 guard is unrated as of now on most major recruiting platforms, but on 3.com has him as a 3-star. But to me, this seems to be more of a late blooming prospect after a pretty good summer on the AAU circuit. He didn't actually receive his first Power 5 offer until Monday. Iowa State and Arizona State both offered him the same day, and he committed to TJ Otzelberger's program less than 48 hours later. He's the type of point guard ISU goes after: tough, physical, and mature. This quote that he told Joe Tipton of On3 Sports is something that points to that maturity. He said, "I loved how the coaches didn't promise me anything. They told me I'd have to work for everything I get, and to my family and me, that's what it's all about." Zelee joins Yusuf Gray Jr. and Christian Wiggins as other commits in the 2026 class. In case you missed it late last week, the Big 12 announced that they would not be conducting a preseason media poll for the upcoming football season. This was agreed upon between some of the league's coaches and athletic directors, but that hasn't stopped the media from conducting some of their own. Chris Williams and Brent Bloom shared their joint poll on Wednesday's edition of Williams and Bloom. They both pick Arizona State to win the league, followed by Iowa State, Texas Tech, K-State, Utah, Kansas, BYU, TCU, Baylor, and Houston round out the top 10. I will wait to give you my thoughts in just a second because Iowa Everywhere, a company that I'm also a part of, I'm the host of Bigger Than 12, they posted their Big 12 media poll. I believe it was 6 of us sent in our polls to Randy Peterson, and this is how it came out. Arizona State picked as the favorite. Texas Tech, Utah, K-State, Iowa State, Baylor, Kansas, TCU, BYU, and Colorado. I was a little bit surprised by how this one came out. Again, I had Iowa State at 3rd. I really do think anything in this conference can happen, so it's any result isn't too surprising. But I was a little confused to see Utah up at 3. And I get where the reasoning is. Their defense was totally elite in 2024. They bring in Devin Dampier from New Mexico, elite quarterback, down a level, and his offensive coordinator. You think if they're able to just fix the quarterback spot last year, it was a total disaster, that behind that offensive line and with those tight ends, they should be elite. And I agree, but again, Utah was picked to win the league last year and didn't. They finished dead last. So I think it is a little bit disrespectful to Iowa State and K-State to be ranked below Utah. I actually picked K-State to win the league, so I'm a little shocked that my first place vote still has K-State down at 4, but I really don't think you can go wrong with picking Arizona State. I am fascinated by Texas Tech. They spent so much money not only at the skill positions, but in the trenches. But to me, Joey McGuire is still unproven. There's no doubt that they've got the most resources in the Big 12, or the second most, wherever you want to put BYU. If they're not able to use the talent that they have, if they don't win 10 games, it's a disappointment. And I picked them fourth in my poll. I'm just a little bit, I'm just a little bit concerned about the pressure that comes with putting all of that money into a roster for a program that, frankly, hasn't really dealt with a lot of success lately. Even when they had the best quarterback in the world, Patrick Mahomes, that's not a team that was going to Big 12 championships. It's not a team that was really ever a national threat. You almost have to go all the way back to the Michael Crabtree era in the mid-2000s for the last time that Texas Tech was completely relevant on a national scale. If we're basing it off of talent alone, Tech should be the pick to win the league. But I guess we'll see. I will release my full media poll 1 through 16 on social media next week as I'm on the way to Big 12 Media Days. And that reminds me, on Monday, Chris Williams and I will be right here on the CFTV Daily Update. We'll be previewing Big 12 Media Days. We'll send that out Monday as C-Dub and I will be in the airport headed down to Dallas. I can't wait. It's going to be a great time, and we're going to get to hear from all of the league's coaches, Commissioner Yormark, and, of course, cover your Cyclones like no other. Thanks for supporting the CFTV Daily Update and everything that we're doing right here at Cyclone Fanatic.